Well, welcome. The link is posted on Stunt Hangar. Let me do here and set the settings. Okay, live on save chat replay. God, why can't this thing stay checked? Save. All right, set. Go here. Ah, save. And we want to go here. Open that up. All right, 7 o'clock. We're rolling. You guys been following along with my turkey project. You know, I had a disaster. Yeah, I've got this disaster basically back. We're almost back to zero again. I got the, I'm going to put another coat of fiberglass on it. Hey, Steve.
Hello, Bob. Wife wanted my attention today. What's tomorrow look like?
Yeah, we can do it. Whatever.
All right, I'll give you a call in the morning, but she's out doing her carving thing all day tomorrow, so
I get it.
that was some issue you had there with the hot stuff melting the
The glue.
glue. Wow.
Well, that ain't going to happen again because it can't go any farther than right there.
So what is that white that you're holding in your right hand or left hand or whatever?
Plastic.
That's plastic. Okay. And there's going to be no hot glue involved?
No, no hot glue.
Okay.
It's going to be, I'm going to glue this whiteboard onto this foam right here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to add some clay on the bottom to hold this in. As soon as I get this finished. Then the parting board goes like so. Clay goes around it. Then we'll wax it, PVA it, put this dam around it, and then
Oh,
pour.
you do still have to do the dam. Okay.
Oh yeah. That stuff
Did you
got
want
so hot and it's so heavy. I mean, there was that little can of stuff weighed a bunch. I mean, it was a couple of pounds.
wow. It
Yeah,
must have been like lava.
yeah, it just pushed it right through.
Wow. Hey Gary.
Hi, how's everybody doing there?
All right.
It's storming here.
Is it quite a mess, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tornadoes too.
Yeah, I know.
Mostly to the south of us though, I think. And Booter Park is flooded again, or will be.
Uh, yeah, our river's coming up too.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Must be climate change.
Yeah, I guess.
must be.
Global warming. So yeah, I'm not an elf lord tonight, Bob. That game got canceled,
Oh boy.
so that's why I'm here.
Well, glad to have you. Yeah, yeah, do it, right? Yeah, you're one
Yeah.
of us. Yeah.
How long did the meeting go on last time after I left?
Oh, 11 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
A little after, something like that. But
I think
finally
I
wanted
dropped
to,
out about 10:30,
yeah.
10:45,
Didn't,
something like that.
so,
Well, we had
You thought,
Gary to handle the problem.
yeah. You're talking about Monday night, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. They did okay.
So that piece that you just set down, is that foam again or not?
Yep, it's foam. Foam with fiberglass over it, and I'm gonna put another coat of epoxy over the top of it right now.
But you're not doing the carbon fiber?
This is the plug. This doesn't go on the airplane. This I'm making the mold.
Yeah, well, wasn't that what you were making before?
Yes, and it wasn't carbon fiber. It was just like this.
Oh, I thought it was black.
It was. I painted it, and I'm gonna paint this one too.
Oh, you painted it. Okay. I must have missed that part.
Because I didn't show it. I just painted it off camera. I mean, it only takes 2 seconds.
Okay. Then it was just a stupid assumption on my part. It was that black carbon fiber.
Yeah, I thought that too. Really.
Why would I waste a piece of carbon fiber on something that's
Mhm.
going to go in the trash?
Yeah, right. That makes sense. Well, why even
Yeah,
paint it black then?
Shows all the imperfections.
Okay. Because if
yeah, that
there's an
way
imperfection in that,
you can
every
correct it.
wing
Yeah.
you make with it will have
Exactly.
that. Okay. Makes sense.
We're all learning.
Got more time in the mold than most guys put in an airplane.
Yeah, man.
This is my second one. But
So were you actually there when the first one lavaed out on you, or did you get just see the aftermath?
I just was watching it and I noticed what was happening.
Oh, so you were able to rescue the stuff around it.
No, it all went in the trash.
I mean, like you had that little shaking thing.
Yeah,
I'm sure you had to move that out of the way.
I had already turned that off. It was sitting by itself.
Okay. And that does all that was for is get bubbles out.
It and it worked.
Yeah. I don't know. My wife, Christy, saw that sitting there, and she said it was similar to something they used in the lab.
It is exactly. It's for dentists
Oh, is that it?
for making teeth. Yeah, you
Well,
you.
she wasn't in a dental office. She was in a hospital.
Yeah, she made plaster molds and shit. I bet. I do.
Maybe they did.
I do have a magnetic stirrer too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they did use stuff like that. Yeah, she was watching one with me.
It was a disaster. I can tell you that.
Yeah, man.
Probably $50 worth,
Yeah.
not including my time.
Right. Yeah, you're just talking material.
Yeah,
Okay, who is Tom?
I don't know. Could be Tom Creasy. I haven't seen him in a long while.
Hmm. Well, he's not showing his face yet.
I'm pretty persistent. You can best bet this is going to work one way or the other.
Yeah, I can tell. He won't let anything defeat you.
It can't win.
That's right. It can't win.
So might as well just surrender now and let me be.
Yeah, right. Well, we wouldn't have anything if people didn't try and make a mistake and go on and do it again.
That's
Well,
right.
Yeah.
I couldn't get a hold of Danny. I'm not blaming him. It's my fault for not knowing what I'm doing.
Well, did you get the mixture off or something?
No,
No.
no,
What caused it to be so hot?
that's not what caused the problem.
Oh,
I mean, I'm just telling you, it got hotter than hell. I didn't have bracing underneath it to keep it from falling through. I went back and looked for some parting board videos, and they had bracing inside it. Tom Rammel.
okay.
Yes, Tom.
Hi
Hello,
guys.
Tom.
Been a long time. I thought about you the other day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's
I've
got an
been.
airplane behind him.
Oh, yeah, that's the airplane we're going to use this year for our EAA group to have the kids build.
Oh, neat.
I belong to the EAA chapter 878, and I'm in charge of the RC airplane build and fly. And last year we had 5 kids that built motorized gliders, electric motorized gliders. And this year we're going to build this foam board plane. It just has
Okay.
the propeller behind the wing. So
Yeah, I see. Can you make him big? Oh, Bob.
I
No.
can't. My hands are full.
Yeah, I see that now. I don't think I can.
No.
No. There can only be one host.
if you look at the April calendar, you'll see what we built last year.
Oh, okay. Right, it's April already.
Yeah.
Oh, this calendar from Gary's got it.
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Yeah, the one
yeah,
Gary's put together.
yeah, I hadn't flipped over to April yet.
That's out of focus anyway.
There we go. Oh
Yeah.
man, those were built up.
Yeah, it took I don't know, 50 some hours to build those. And then we went to the local RC club and flew. All the kids got to fly them.
Wow, that's really cool.
This year we're trying a little simpler airplane to build so that it doesn't take so much time to build it.
Yeah, yeah. But it's going to be radio control,
Yes.
so they'll actually be able to control it. Yeah.
Yeah, we have RC flight simulator also that the kids get to learn and practice on to
That's good.
keep the
What
plane
what
from
age
getting
are these kids?
destroyed. They're junior
Junior
high and
high?
high school. Junior high and high school.
Okay.
So 9th through 12th, or
That's amazing that you can get them
8th
away
through
from the
12th, I guess.
screens in the video game.
Yeah, they showed up. We did it 2 days a week. We did it on Tuesdays and Thursdays over the summer. So it was from 1 o'clock till 5 o'clock, 4 hours each day, and 2 days a week, and about a month and a half.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
you're gonna get you think you get the same kids, different kids, or a mix?
last year we just had one kid that was a repeat, and the
Mm.
rest were new kids. This year we're gonna try and do 10 kids,
Oh,
and so I don't know yet. We haven't put the sign up sheet out yet, so
okay.
You get the girls, you'll get the boys.
Yeah, yeah, that is for sure.
You guys can share and stuff now. I changed it over
Oh, okay.
when my hands were kind of free.
Okay, so that's the,
Share button.
oh, okay. So the person sharing will have to do it. Okay, got it.
So today we just had I'm a mentor for the robotics team, high school robotics team.
Oh,
And
man, that's great.
we had competition today, and tomorrow, all day tomorrow will be the final competition.
Anybody putting that up on YouTube?
Yeah, it's first, the group is First Robotics, and our team is 5348. And you can, if you go to the Blue Alliance, that's probably the best place to see all the matches.
I see First Robotics Competition 2025.
Yeah, so the competition we're in is the Granite City competition in Minnesota.
Granite City, Minnesota. Huh. There's a Granite City, Illinois, just on the other side of the river from St. Louis. First Robotics. What was the team name?
5348.
Now those are radio control, right? They're not automatic, you know.
There's a portion of the competition that's autonomous,
There we go. That's the word I was looking for.
and then the rest of the match is controlled by the kids with a joystick controller. They're actually use the internet to communicate to the robots.
So AI.
Oh, it's not. So it's not a RC. It's like through their phone.
It's not through their phone either. It's a wireless network communication to the robot. And
Oh,
then
cool.
when you do go to a competition, then it goes through the field management system so that the field can start all the robots and stop all the robots at the same time.
Okay.
And there are 6 robots that compete on the field at a time. 3 robots on one team and 3 robots on the other team. And this year we score these PVC pipes that are 4 inches in diameter and about 12 inches long. That's one of the game pieces, and the other game piece is a ball that's the theme is supposed to be underwater, kind of an underwater theme, even though we're not really underwater. But so they call the balls algae, and they call the PVC pipes coral. And you place the coral on this tree-shaped thing with branches that they call the reef. And then at the end of the game, they climb on this cage called a barge. There you
So
go.
this is one of them that I found.
Yep, this is it.
So they got to move that PVC pipe.
Yes, and that's level 1 where they just placed it. The purple posts are level 2, and as you go up, it's 3 and level 4.
Oh, they have to actually raise up and get them up higher.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, 2 questions. How much of those things weigh and how much do they cost?
So the robots have to be under 115 pounds. That's the max weight that it can be. And cost, each individual component can't cost more than $600.
Whoa.
Yeah, individual components. So how much does the total thing cost?
It varies depending on how complex they are. Ours probably, I don't know, $3,000 or $4,000.
Well, that's a sport I ain't getting into.
Well, I'm sure you get donations or something, right?
Yeah, we have groups of kids that go out to all the local businesses and try and get um, money donated. And this year we've already had one regional competition and we came in second place. So we qualify to go to the world's competition, which is down in Texas. And so that's kind of an expensive endeavor on its own.
What are they
Yeah.
made out of? Aluminum and angle iron, angle iron, aluminum plate.
Yeah, most of ours is 1 inch by 2 inch aluminum square tubing or rectangular tubing.
Yeah. What's that body there? Carbon fiber or fiberglass?
The body is also aluminum, and then you have bumpers that are made out of foam, and then canvas covered bumpers that are either red or blue, depending on if you're on the red side or the blue side of the alliance.
Oh, because this one, okay, this one's just an animation. This isn't the actual.
Right. Yes.
Let's see.
I seen them things on TV where they got hammers and buzz saws and they're fighting each other and trying to burn each other up. Is that the kind of robot it is?
That's BattleBots, and no, it's not like that at all. They emphasize gracious professionalism, and there's a rule book that's 160 pages long that you have to meet to compete.
So does everybody get a trophy?
No.
Okay, good.
Oh,
I hate
okay,
that
I'm
kind of
seeing
competitions.
New England. Guess I got to put it. What I got to put in Minnesota. There we go. There's a final one. Minnesota. This be your kid. That look right, Tom?
Yeah, that's the competition. I don't know which group this is. Oh, 10,000 Lakes Regional. So this isn't the one that we competed in, but this is one of the ones from Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
So there are several regional competitions in the state of Minnesota.
So they're bouncing them balls. They got to grab them and stick them back on that thing.
So there are two places you can score the algae, which are the balls. Once, if you see the black opening in the sidewall, there's
Yeah,
a robot putting one in now.
yeah, I
It's
see that.
So that's one place you can score it. And then where that sign says Reefscape,
Yeah.
they call that the barge. And so robots can throw into that area of the barge. It's kind of a netted area. It's
Oh, okay.
U-shaped. So they get more points if they score it up there because it's harder to get it that high.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's not model airplanes, but it sure is. Looks like a lot of fun. Hey, Ed came in.
Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Yeah, we were
Howdy.
looking at Tom robotics group there.
Yeah, I've got NASA just up the street from me, and they were heavily involved with that, some competition somewhere a couple of weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like that was across the country.
Good chance they were there. Good chance they were somewhere. I know they were somewhere competing.
Yeah.
There are thousands of schools that get involved with that.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So how do they raise money for those robots?
So most of the money is donations from local businesses.
Oh, okay.
Our local high school pays for some of like not the building of the robot, but to go to the competition, it's $6,000. So the school covers part of that.
My
Oh,
not on. What's wrong?
That's Joe iPad coming in.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
there he
bet-
is.
I've
Showed
been
up.
I've been asked before about why I keep salt here, and I'm going to show you. Now this is sliding. It's an old carpenter's trick. So we get the salt, and you think I'm going to eat it, but no.
Mhm.
Dip your margarita in it.
Yeah,
Dip it upside down, dick the form in it, and take a lick.
add some salt to it. Put it back. Now when I weight it, it won't slide.
Grips.
Yep.
Ah. So that would work for just about anything then.
Yep.
And it dissolves probably in a bit.
Well, yeah, it's water-based, you know.
Yeah.
If you're gluing cabinet stuff together, you know, a couple of pieces of wood, and you know how when you clamp them down, they kind of shift.
Yeah.
That's put some salt on it.
Hmm.
So on a profile, when you do the doublers, that would be a good thing to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good tip.
Already worth the price of admission tonight.
That's right.
Yeah. How about
Yeah.
that?
Of course, I don't know nothing. What do I know?
Let's use sugar. It'd be sweeter to eat.
Yeah, I don't think it'll grip it though.
We flew indoor models from 10 o'clock till 5 o'clock today. We had
Oh,
a good
wow.
day.
That's amazing.
It is. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
I had several minute 58s and some 2-minute and 3 flights. Hanford comes in with the new model and flies it 220, then 229, 220, 215, 220. The boys at No More are better than me.
Yeah. What's the height that you're allowed?
30. Well, this is a 30-foot gymnasium,
Oh, that's pretty good.
but you got to beat it off the ceiling to get 2 minutes. You just, it's fun.
I was told that you can set the altitude by the thickness of the motor, as they call them, versus having a thicker motor. You would get more height.
Well, what I've found, you can take any size, 88,000, 62,000 or 55,000, and it's all about the torque, Ed. When you get to a certain level of the torque, it's going to go to ceiling.
Okay.
And when it bounces off the ceiling on the torque, it needs to have winds when it lands.
Yeah.
So I was taking an 88 thousandths rubber that was 19 inches loop, and it bounced off the ceiling, but it would land in 2 minutes and 40 seconds and be out of rubber. Then you take a 62 thousandths and do the same torque, but you might have 2,600 turns, and it landed a longer time because the prop was still making power as it landed.
Yeah.
It's really quite amazing to me. I'm having a good time.
Yeah. Wow.
There's nothing easy. It's just a different game.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
The
Has
dumb thing,
everyone, oh, go ahead.
no, the airplane the one we're flying had to weigh 7.5 grams.
Mm.
That's all it weighs. And I had to add nose weight to mine. I had nose weight because I wanted it. I needed nose weight instead of moving the wing. Add a nose weight. But it's an interesting thing to see that rubber band. And all the rubber bands aren't created equal. Different
No.
rubber bands have different power. I had some
So-
204 rubber that wasn't good as 2018 rubber. For the same thing, the same everything.
So
Didn't
do
have
you
to count.
use a torque meter when you wind it up?
Every wind. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Every wind.
That
Well,
was
that's a lot
interesting.
more complicated than I ever thought.
Boy, you got it.
It's really, I enjoy it. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I broke 4 rubber bands today. You just wind them to death. They'll only do so many flights. And if
Hmm.
if you're trying to get to the top of the ceiling for the most minutes, you got to take the least skinny rubber band with the most winds to get the torque you want to stay
Yeah.
up, and if the maximum, I had some today, the chart said 2,500 is all it'd take. And I was turning them to 2,600 revolutions at the torque I wanted. And about the 4th flight, it broke. It couldn't take it anymore. But you're pushing it hard to try to get that timeline. It was fun. I enjoyed it. There's things to learn on that.
Yep. That's for sure. And then,
Everybody's
Tom,
flowing in now. We got.
yeah.
Yeah, you got Michael.
I was going to let Tom know before we switch if I have a minute. Is it okay?
All right. Yeah, go for it.
Tom, I just want to let you know that I've been working with the state representative here for the school system in West Virginia, and they're developing middle school and high school programs that has anything to do with aviation. So they're covering running an airport, maintenance, pilots, and all that stuff. And so, and this is, the state is trying to push it. So it's good to see. But getting a hold of the right people, you never know what they're working on. And I just happened to get a hold of, had the right guy give me a call and stuff because he heard about me. So keep that in mind and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. And the Science Olympiad for RC wasn't done this year in April because nobody was supporting it. And middle school, so they only had the helicopter. I'm going to talk with them about control line when I get back together with them for middle school.
When Lonky gets out from underneath that tractor, I wanted to ask him a question.
Did everyone see the slideshow that was put together for VSC this year?
No,
No.
where's that?
I found it on YouTube. I can put it up.
Yeah,
I was gonna ask Joe to narrate.
Okay.
Let me get it set up here.
That the one Will Davis did?
I guess it looks like a Will Davis one.
Yeah, Colleen. That's my Cavalier right there. Colleen took all these pictures.
Okay.
That's our Cavalier right there. There's Harness, and Dennis Nunes, Fitzgerald, a bunch of crew. There's Jim Riker in the front in the white wool gas. Those are airplanes that were for sale.
Oh, wow.
Parrot P-47. More crew. Gary Gingrich there on the left.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in these pictures.
Roger Kramer there in the blue shirt. There's my ringmaster.
All look good.
That's my ringmaster and Ray Perkins' ringmaster. That's John Wright and
there's a big
Roger
job.
Kramer's red one. There's Trossel, Admission, and Trossel. That's Jim Lee's Super Cinch he built.
Hey,
Yeah.
Steve, make it full screen. That way we're not looking at the rest of the stuff.
Okay. Is that better?
Bob Harness.
Hit on YouTube the little square in the bottom right. There you go.
It. Uh-huh. That's
wow.
Wool Gas is humongous. Dennis Admission's airplane right in front of it. Dennis's Barnstormer. Trossel's Big Madman's what I call it. There's my little baby ringmaster. That whooped them all right there. That's John Wright's Big Job. I think that is that's Rick Green's humongous. That one was a Jameson. that Bart Kaplinski flew. That's Rick Green's Jameson Campanelli built it. Roger Kramer's. I don't know whose ringmaster that one is.
It's got a
That's
Fox
Ray
35.
Perkins there. That's Ray Perkins' airplane.
Had a hole
It's
in
got
the
a
wing.
crack in it. Yeah, it got up and down reversed, and he gave it down so long that it killed it. That's Bart Kaplinski's Jackson. Another picture of Ray Perkins' ringmaster. That was a wild man, but I don't know who flew that for sure. Rick Green, Ed Campanelli built that airplane. It's a nice machine. That's the baby ringmaster again.
This is truly vintage. I don't see any electric.
Yeah, only one there was, I think, was Dennis's.
With Denny.
That's true. That had a green engine in it. Called it. Is it Orwick? I think they call those green engines Orwicks. That's an old time airplane. That's Jim Lee, of course.
Yeah.
It's with the Sandcast Fox 29 Sandcast. I think that may be a Sandcast 35. I don't remember. That's Jim Hoffman's. He beat me.
Mm.
Beautiful little airplane. That's Rick Green's Cavalier.
Mustang.
No, that's John Callantine's. Jim Lee's. That's a Super 70s.
That's the Sundance or something like that.
Yeah, that's Rick Green's Gieske Nober. They flew in that. That's Jim
Rhodes.
Jim Rhodes. Yeah, and that's Trossel's Chiseler.
I was wondering whose that was.
Yeah, Trossel's Chiseler. That's Heinz 57 is Ray Perkins out of Austin. That's Steve McBride. And I think that's his stiletto also. Both those are McBrides. That's Antone Capehart. Dennis Noonan's right there. Standing there. That's Antone Capehart and Stan. What was Stan? No, not Powell. Stan Tyler. That's Dennis's Typhoon.
I don't think that's it.
That's it. You did well. Well done.
So did the announcer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good week. We had a good time. The evening times, we fixed bell crank problems and flat problems and elevator problems. We had all kind of good discussions.
Attendance was kind of down, huh?
Little bit. There was only, I think, 10 or 12 old time and 20, 21 classic and 4, I think, Super 70s.
Hey, Mike Monkey, let me get the mic.
Go ahead.
Oh, he's not under the tractor anymore.
Mike,
Yeah.
you're a combat guy. They use 15s for combat, right?
Well, it depends on what event you're flying, but FAI combat is 15s, correct?
Okay. One of those Russian 15s, are they as fast as a Nelson 15?
Faster.
They're faster.
Yeah, these days they are. 'Cause, I mean, Henry made those years ago, 15 years ago when he had them, 20 years ago when they came out, they were competitive. But the new Foras and the Super Foras, they got a long stroke Super Fora, long case.
So that's the hot motor, the Fora.
Yeah, the Fora is really the only game in town because it's the only one in production. So the other thing too, Henry's 15 was really a free flight motor. It's a rear exhaust free flight motor.
Okay.
So with the rules with FAI, you had to have a 6 millimeter muffler on them.
Well,
so that's hard to do. Henry still flies those 15s. He actually flies them in speed limit though.
I'm looking for a motor for this Perky.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I
They
can
got
tell
a
you.
couple on eBay, and one was a Fora, and another one was a real oddball looking name. T.K. something or other.
I don't know that. What I can tell you, I hold the record flying Bob Whitney's airplane at Huntersville, 122.68 miles an hour.
Perky?
Perky. Yeah, in Perky. We did that in 2023 or 2022.
What motor?
A Zalp. It was a Zalp 15 that Bob had reworked. If you want a good Perky motor, Bob Whitney is the guy to talk to.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of guys are flying Foras. Some guys are even flying old Cyclones, you know. And there may be Al Ferraro, they might be running Nelsons. I think he's running a Fora though. But any of those will work for a Perky, but you got to massage it and get the work done. And Bob had a really hopped up Zalp, and he custom makes his own props for him too. That's a big part of it. Is you're not going to put an APC on it and go
Right.
smash any records. You know, Bob is hand molding glass props for his stuff. So
Right.
Whitney's the guy to talk to. I don't think you can go wrong with a Fora though. I don't, because they're available. Parts are available. You can buy a motor. You can go online and buy one and have it in a week. You know.
Right.
The other stuff is kind of like hen's teeth, and you gotta, you know, make sure you have a good one and be able to massage it to get it where you want to go. And Whitney,
52.6 lines, right?
I think it's, yeah, and plus or minus only 3
inch.
inches, maybe, or an inch. Yeah, I'm not sure on all that.
15,000?
Yeah, there were 15, and Bob was flying 15 solids on his. We were running solids on his. Bob's really the guy to talk to, man. I just flew the thing. He wanted me because I was a left-handed pilot.
Okay.
So that makes a difference because a lefty can get their arm in back here as opposed to a righty over here. And that shortens your lines a little bit and gives you a little faster lap time.
Foot
Yeah.
shorter.
A foot
So
shorter.
they don't fly those on the pylon like
pylon.
speed plane.
No, you don't need a pylon for them. And typically, Perky is run as a postal contest for the year. Paul Smith is the guy that organizes that. You fly wherever and whenever you can for the year. You get as many attempts as you want, and it's an honor system. And you just turn in your speeds to Paul, and then at the end of the year, fastest guy gets the trophy.
We run Perky at our isolated contest when we have it at the end of February, right there around Bob's birthday.
Yeah, but they don't they use OS Max 15s and crap like that. That would be slow.
No,
Oh,
you
I
might be
can't
able to
imagine.
clean up.
Fox
Yeah. Bob, if you want a Fora, Bill Maywald is the current importer for Foras. He's out in California. I can give you his info and he can set you up with an engine, you know.
And send me the info on Stunt Hangar if you would.
Yeah, I would not buy one on eBay unless it was brand new, because you don't know what you're getting. You know, you're gonna pay $200 for one on eBay, and the new ones. Now, this was 3 years ago, but I bought 10 new ones and they were $230 3 years ago. I don't know what the current price is, but a used one is going to cost you close to what a new one is. So you might as well just get a new one.
It's been in the dirt, no telling what off.
There's no telling.
No
Yeah.
telling.
And then there's a break-in on those too. You start with like 13 or 14 thousandths head shims in it. And as it breaks in, you start taking out 1,000 or 2 till you get, generally they run about 8 to 10 is where they're happy, but you got to run them because you're going to blow a plug every flight until they're broken in. Once you stop blowing plugs, then you can take a head shim out, fly it a little more. You know, it takes about 20, 30 flights to break them in.
Yeah. I don't foresee me flying this thing. I'm just building it, and I want all the right stuff in it. You know, I'll get somebody else to fly it for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know how much? Do you know how much the airplane weighed?
I don't. I don't know anything about. Like I said, I was just the monkey on the handle, man. Bob and Rick Osborne and Sam were the pit crew. He told me what to do, and I just held the handle and spun around as fast as I could for him. So
okay.
And I retired after that too. As soon as we broke the record, I said, that's it. I retire. Can't see. Because I tell you what, on 52-foot lines going 122 miles an hour, and you got to do 7 laps, it's a lot to hang on to, man. It really is.
It's good to retire as a winner anyway.
That's right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What is that? 2-second laps, Michael? 2.5?
Yeah, about that.
I bet so. They're cooking at that little 52-foot lines is getting it.
Yeah.
16 laps. Here, model B time 16 laps.
Oh, is it 16?
Yeah.
I thought it was 8 or something. Well, I
Got the
don't know.
rules right here.
And it's from a standing start too.
Right.
So that's the important part. That's what Bob was really trying to nail on our flight, because we had some good flights where the airplane was flying fast, but it's a standing start. So if you don't nail the takeoff and get it level, if you go too high right on the takeoff, you've lost some time there. You got to get it up, get it level, and get zooting.
Well, I'm having fun building this. I don't know that I'll be able to break the record, but it's fun building.
Somebody else you might reach out to too is Dave Fisher. He's a combat guy, but I know him and Steve Wilk.
Yep.
Wilk and Fisher are racing guys, man. They
Big
flew
time.
that turkey stuff.
Big time.
Yeah, and I haven't seen them post anything in any of the postals, so maybe they're not doing that anymore, but they may have some motors laying around. And if you get one of Fisher's or Wilk's motors, that would be a good thing. They know what they're doing with their
Wilk
stuff.
knows props too.
Yeah,
I know
absolutely.
Steve well. I'll give him a call.
Yeah, I'd reach out to Steve for sure. That'd be my first phone call. And Bob Whitney. I would call Bob Whitney as well. So, all right, I'm gonna mute my mic and get back under my mower here.
Bob, did you get those files?
It would not come through. I was going to tell you that they're too big for the server. Would not accept them.
Okay.
Send them one at a time. Try that.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Well, normally everybody wants to talk at once. What happened?
We're all thinking.
Lynn Burrell say crickets. Crickets are talking.
Yeah.
I saw something today.
You were awake long enough?
A handle that changes your up and down the twisting
Oh,
for
that's
speed.
been
Yes.
For speed, yeah.
Yes.
I just happened to see it today.
You wind them up, push a button, it flips over so you can go. Boy, that's a disaster looking to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I found a video on somebody flying Perky. It's actually at our field.
Really?
Let her
Yeah.
rip.
Let her rip. All right, let me get up here and get all set again. Share that.
That one guy's flying. Everybody stand behind the car. Make sure you make it big now.
Full screen. All right, here we go.
Ash comes from electricity.
Somebody's got noise in the background.
A whole bunch of them there. 6 of them.
7.
7. One back there.
Who are those guys, Steve?
Huh?
Who are those guys?
That's oh man, I can never remember his name. I think it's John Mall flying. That's definitely at our speed cage at Booter.
John Mall's wife.
See his hands out in front of him a whole lot.
Yeah, but he's holding on to the pylon. Why?
I kind of keep getting dizzy and falling down, be my guess. He's going pretty good lick. 1001. Oh, he's over.
I don't know if that was 14 laps or not.
They don't land going 15 mile an hour, do they?
No. That was John Mall. Okay.
Cool. But I think Michael's right. You want to take off this is gradual, get the 4 foot and quit and hold it there, or
Mhm.
whatever the altitude is. There's a height requirement that they want you to stay in, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they put a board up on
They
one
do it.
on.
Yep. At the Worlds, when you see those races, speed racers, there's an
Mhm.
area it's got to be, and if it's below or above, it won't time.
So is that racing or speed?
Speed.
Oh, okay.
Speed.
Because racing, I think they got to go up high to get over the other guy. Over people.
There's all kind of complications in that thing.
Mhm.
You can't.
It seems like in a lot of our events, even stunt to a degree, they end up all looking the same. Not so much in stunt, but all them turkeys look the same.
That's because they have to be from this plan right here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that's the specific. You got to use that plan. Can't vary from it.
Right.
But the racing, the speed planes, the racing planes, and then at the World, most
They'll
of
look
them
like
were
flying
sharp.
plates. Racing plane looks like a plate.
Yeah.
There's all that's so regulated on the size of the wing and the tail feathers, and it's all very regulated of what you can do.
Mm. So that's how they all end up looking the same.
Well, it's a shark world.
Yeah. Yeah. That was kind of interesting at the Worlds this year.
It was.
What, the shark attack?
The shark.
Yeah.
And not all sharks are created equal either. Some of them flew better.
No. Yeah, you could see that.
That twin prop thing. It was a GB, wasn't it? A Sparky or something like that. Steve, you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was
a twin prop.
It's called a GBR3.
That sucker
it's not
was too.
Yeah, it's not modeled after a real GB.
No.
It's like a fantasy plane. I think they originally came up with it for RC, but then various folks have done some things with it for control line.
Well, that twin prop, when it turned as good as anything.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, I like the look of that. It's like they took the original GB R2 and stretched it out and made it more modern looking. Like, what if they made one today?
Right. I enjoyed the World. That was a good week.
Yeah, it was. It was.
I guess they're going to Perth.
I don't think I'll be there.
I'm not going to Perth, but that's where the next one. I think it's been approved or whatever it's called. I don't know what the wording is, but sanctioned, is that right? I don't know. Perth it is, but y'all have a nice day. Go on and have a good time.
Mm.
Sitting on the airplane for 17 hours, just, oh my goodness. Michael, you guys going to make the combat team and go to Perth?
He's under his tractor.
That all depends on how good the teenager and how bad he wants it, man.
Yeah, but I'm saying you're going to try out, aren't you, for sure?
He is.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good. It's a teenager thing, man. How bad he wants it.
Yeah. We're gearing up now. We actually all our equipment is ready. That's what we spent last month doing. We got 10 practice airplanes ready. We got 10 competition airplanes ready. We got to go out and test fly and figure out what he's going to take. We're going to Jonal. He's going to fly F2D there. We're going to Kansas City in June for F2D. So he'll have 2 contests to warm up for before the Nats.
Good shot.
Team trials. But yeah, and I saw they're going to hold it in May, not August. Did you see that?
Is that right?
Yes. The dates are like May 8th, May 2nd through May 8th with a World Cup like the weekend before.
Is that right? That's
Yeah,
early,
so
man. Early.
it is early, and we're gonna have to look at the schedule. It's better than August because if they held it to traditional week in August, that is the very first week that Sam goes back to school.
So
Oh, boy.
We'd miss it, whatever. We'd make arrangements. But if they have it in May, typically that week of the World Championships is a week before his finals. So that's actually better for us.
Mm.
So he won't miss his finals. And yeah, I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, man.
sure. Well,
Still a ways away.
if he wants it bad enough, he can do it.
He does. He was pretty close last time. He just needed a
Yes.
little more to get to the finish line. So
Well, he's learned more, bigger, stronger, faster, quicker. Maybe he'll do good.
yeah, that's the hope.
Who's he flying against, Michael?
Well, here's the kicker, man. He does not have to beat Austin this year because Austin won the world championship last year. So he gets an automatic walk-on to
good.
to defend his title.
That's right.
He gets to defend his title unless he chooses to fly at the team trials. Now, if Austin chooses to fly at the team trials and gets beat, he doesn't get to go back. So he's smart to sit it out,
No, he's going back.
But Sam will have to fly Austin's sister Anna.
Right. She's not no sissy either. That girl.
No, she's not. She's not. She's good. There's also Raddick's kid, Ram. He's about 10. There's another guy, Andre's kid, who is like 12. And then I understand Greg Matchin from the West Coast, his son Travis, they've been practicing as well. I think he's about 13. So I think there's going to be 4 juniors in it this year.
Does a girl get an automatic girl bed?
Yeah, that's where it gets kind of wonky because you don't have to declare. So if she gets beat out as a junior, she keeps going, she could be the girl.
Okay.
But if she gets beat out as the girl, if Amy beats her and as the girl, Anna still has a chance as a junior.
There is some complications there. He needs to get second place regardless. And he's going.
On that one, it's weird because they don't have to declare because they have this women's category. The other thing that's weird about combat team trials is the juniors don't fly each other. It's not a junior contest. The juniors are in the draw with all the adults, and it's strictly wins. Whatever junior makes it the furthest gets to go.
Man, I didn't realize that.
They may fly each other if that's how the draw works out. But it's not it's not like for stunt.
It's not a separate contest.
All the juniors fly against each other and the best junior goes. This is all the juniors are in the same mix with everybody else, and whoever wins the most matches and goes the furthest in the contest gets the junior slot. I'm not a huge fan of that. I'm not
either. It depends.
I would rather it was mano a mano, and Sam was out there flying the other juniors, and best junior goes. Because
if you get me to draw against, you could beat me, but you might not beat Stubblefield. Something like that.
Exactly.
I get that. That's interesting.
But I mean, Sam held his own. He won 5 and lost 2 last time, so he made it pretty far. He just needed to go one more, to force a fly off or whatever you want to call it. But
who helps you pit when he's flying?
Well, the last time it was Ron Colombo and Ed Breeze from the Detroit Combat Team.
Yeah.
They did all of it.
Colombo knows what he's doing. That'd be a good one to draw to, I would think.
Well, yeah, it's just they're a little bit older. They can't run so much. They don't move so fast.
I love it.
That's important.
It is.
But it'll be me pitting and Rylan Rich. I had a phone call with Rylan Rich. He's going to help pit with us. Bill Maywald's going to help us pit.
Good.
And I'm trying. sometime in late May or early June, I'm going to buy Rylan a plane ticket and fly him out here to Nashville for 3-4 days to
Boy, I think that'd be good.
do some
Rylan knows
warm-up
what he's
and
doing, Mike.
coach. Yeah,
That boy
yeah.
can
Well,
fly.
he won the world championship.
But he could also fly against him and teach him things, I think.
Exactly.
I think that's a good move. Well done. When he was in France, he won the France, as a junior over there.
Mhm.
And during the walk-in, where everybody carrying the flags, all the little girls loved Rylan. They're coming up, grabbing, the French girls taking his picture. He was in hog heaven, man. It was so much fun.
I'll bet. And see, he got screwed out of going back to defend his title because that was the COVID 3 years.
That's right.
And yeah, he never got to go back and defend his world
Right.
championship.
Well, he earned it over there, boy. He flew.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good kid. I really like him.
Yep, I
And,
think you do well. He'd be good practice for Sam, I think.
Yeah. Well, they did at the Nats last year too. They, in the evening time, we got out some beaters, and Sam got some one-on-one with him and Leonardo Silva, the Mexican guy. There's plenty of guys willing to work with him. So
Good. I'd like Sam to do well. That would please me.
he's sitting right behind the computer over there.
Well, good. It would still please me.
Hey, Steve, you showed some pictures from this VSC.
Mhm.
I've got a bunch here from the 21st. You want to see them?
Yeah, absolutely. Throw them up there.
A
You
lot
can
of
share.
them are-
I think Bob set it up so anybody can share.
Yep.
Okay. A lot of them are from the appearance judging, so.
That's fine.
Hey, Steve, what happened to Junior? I haven't seen him in 3 weeks.
I don't know. He's into fishing.
That's Roy Trentham and Scott Condon's airplanes right there in the front.
That's what I was going to ask you to do, Joe, because you probably recognize whose planes.
That's
these
Trentham
are.
and Scott Condon's, and I don't know the purple one. Antone K. Parts and Bob Hunt's maybe in the back, or a copy of Bob Hunt's at Caprice.
Is that
The Neptune.
Is that full screen, John?
No, it's about 3x3.
That's it. Yeah, that's full
Okay.
screen.
That's it. Okay.
I'll go to the next one. Recognize that. What is that? Is that
I think that's Bob McDonald's on the front row there, the green one, maybe Bob McDonald's. That's Hunt, Caprice, and maybe, I don't know if that's warranty. It's a Neptune, but there were several of them been there that color. Either, several of them, and I can't tell the back one. The green one I don't recognize back there.
Look at that green, lime green monster.
Yeah, it's called is it called a Skylark or Lark? I don't
something
know.
like that.
I don't know who's yellow. Maybe that yellow Tucker might be McLean's. I don't know. And I don't know whose Stuka that is, is that a Barnstormer? I don't recognize that.
That looks like, no, it's not a Barnstormer.
Not a Barnstormer. Is it a Ringmaster, the other Ringmaster?
No.
I can't recognize that.
No, it's got kind of that jet look to it.
Mm-hmm. That's Frank McMillan's. The front one's Frank's. And the next one I don't know. The red one may be that Neptune. It might be K Parts. I'm not sure. Then that's a USA 1. I don't know if that's McDonald's or Jim Hoffman's USA 1. I don't know which. The green one, I think, is one of Lou Wolgas's airplanes on the left.
So yellow, black, and red one, I thought that was a Skylark, but
no, I think that's called a Space Hound, I think, but I'm not positive.
Okay.
That's Brickhouse standing right there taking a step.
Yeah. Good friend that's no longer here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so this is from
the Chislers. That Chislers stand.
Let me back up. There we go.
What year is it?
This could be 19 or 18, I think. That yellow airplane's in my possession today.
Is it?
Yes, that's Pete Peterson gave me that. The front one in the 606 is Brainerd, Chris Brainerd. Then Peterson, I don't know the orange one or the. I've seen them. I don't remember who owned those. I
That
think
looks
that'd be
like
nice.
way back there. That looks like a Skylark.
Skylark, I think.
Yeah.
And then P40, that's probably Mark Gerber's P40 on this side of that.
Yeah.
I bet you. That's at that hotel clean where we had the tub was all messed up. Had the
Yeah.
big green grass.
I know this.
That's
airplane.
yours right there. That's yours.
Yeah.
And the next one's called, is it a ballerina?
That's a
Gary-
ballerina. No.
Gary
Yeah,
Martin-
that's ballerina.
Gary Marchine or Marchand or something built that, I think. Then that's a next one's a shark. Next one's a Tucker Special. That blue Tucker. That could be I can't think of his name. He editored Stunt Hangar, retired colonel, I think. That's Mike Donovan right there in the khaki shorts and the red shirt. That's Mike Donovan right there.
Believe it or not, I got pictures of Alan Brickhouse around here when he was thin, when I used to fly with him in Golconda.
Well, Mike, in 1952, Mike was in the Army and Daddy was in the Air Force, and they were in Japan together, but didn't know each other, of course.
Huh.
I don't know.
This has got to be before 2013.
I bet
It is.
Is that Warren T. Hart's airplane, maybe?
Could be. But
1751. That's Bobby's Capri.
Paul Hunt's airplane.
That's right.
But I just flashed through a whole bunch of pictures.
Aries. I don't know whose Stuka that is, or the Aries. The Aries looks like West Dix, but I'm not sure. I'm positive. I wouldn't bet money on that. But I think the Aries was West Dix. You're going back a decade, dude. That's
Yeah.
Bobby's airplane again. I want to see mine. Show me mine. Come on. That's a Thunderbird. It says right on it, y'all.
Yeah.
The tail looks a little odd. I don't remember that airplane. That's Bob McDonald's. I'm pretty certain. His daddy designed that airplane, if I'm not mistaken.
Might be.
I'm pretty sure that's right. Bob
That's
McDonald's
the, that's
father.
the Strathmore. Isn't that the one when they published it? They showed it with regular wings, but it was actually an I-beamer.
I-beam, that's right. Bobby McDonald's daddy designed that. I'm almost positive.
That is called a Detroiter.
Detroiter, that's right. I-beam.
Right.
I bet that's Warren T. Hart's with that low number, 1751. That's a long time ago.
That's Gordon Delaney's All-American Eagle.
All-American Eagle, that's Gordy's. I could have been flying a Gypsy in these days.
I forget who's
Almost had it. The one next to it was the back of that Hurricane's Mark Gerber's. The
Is that
tip
your
is
airplane there, Steve, that he's showing?
no.
Walt Brunel?
Well, I don't think so.
7592.
Now that's got a regular IC engine on it. You can see the muffler and the pressure
Okay.
line. So I don't think that's Walt.
Well, Walt used to fly Glow.
Yeah, I don't think that's Walt's number though.
Look at that plane way back there.
Hardly see it.
That's an Aries, I think.
You see that little arrow at the bottom of the screen there? Can you open that up? Right straight down. There you go. What happens when you hit that?
Nothing. It just.
Well, how about, wait a minute. You got a magnifying glass there on the bottom. Scroll down.
Wait a minute. I could move something. Don't have it anymore.
Well,
Not
Yeah,
since
it
I
went
hit-
away.
Went away.
Oh, is it called a Freedom or something? That's
Yeah.
a Ryan. That first one's a Ryan. That next one's a Freedom. Guy from up in Oregon. What was his name? Oh, I'm going back too many years.
I know who you mean. I can't think of
Nice
it either.
guy. Nice
Real
guy.
nice guy. He's got a big power boat he runs around up in Lake
Yes.
Puget Sound area. What's that blue and gray one?
That's a
back there?
Tucker Special. That's Don Hutchison's Tucker Special.
So Don was still around then.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And there's
I'd
a
say this
shark,
might
shark
be
behind it.
This could be 2010 even, in my opinion. 9.
Yeah, because,
2009 or 10, in my opinion.
I think you're right, because Alan died in 2013.
That's right. Mike Donovan's standing right there again in the khaki pants.
Well,
Skylark.
there's a
Oh,
young lady there with a glass of wine.
That's Dale Gleason's Thunderbird. And that's another picture of Gerber's Hurricane. I can't remember that Nobler. There's Pete's Venus back there that I got in the garage still.
That one there.
Yeah, the one next, I don't know, that's a Nobler of some sort. The next to it is that Venus that I have.
This
Pete
one.
gave me. That airplane will fly, mister.
Oh, I
That
know.
airplane will fly. I had it at Rodax last year.
Well, we're back. It's Gordon's there.
I don't recognize the Oriental. Is that Oriental? I think that's an Oriental, the yellow one. Miss Kelly, is that white one? A Miss Kelly?
Miss Cal,
Miss Cal, maybe that's Miss Cal.
Bob Whiteley.
And the green one there is a Lou Woolgas's. He designed that when he was a child.
Yeah, yeah. He had on Eddie Elastic.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is it Impala?
It's not an Impala. It's his.
It's his own design, but I thought
Yeah.
that is definitely Woolgas's airplane for sure. I haven't seen mine. USA 1. The USA 1 could be Jim Hoffman's.
I'm pretty sure you're right on that.
I think that's Hoffman's. I don't know the green one. That's a Continental, I think. Sparky, is that green one a Continental?
I can't see. It's so small on the screen.
Okay.
That's why I was trying to have him open it up.
We know that this is.
Oh,
Whoa.
I flew that very airplane one time, boy.
Flew
That's
good,
far
didn't
cute.
it?
I flew that very airplane. It's a flight streak, dude. It's what it flies like. A
Yeah.
good, stable flight streak.
Belfry Brown, did you fly it in a wheelchair?
Nope. I stood up. I launched that airplane for him. LA 46 in it, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
What's
I flew
this
that
green
very
thing here? Is that a USA 1?
that or that thing that Jim Rhodes flies, one of the two.
Oh,
Aprix, I don't know which
yeah.
one.
This looks like Alan Brickhouse
Olympic?
Grand Ole Nobler or whatever it is. Or,
Yeah, that's Alan. I've seen that airplane.
He calls that Olympic.
Olympic, I think.
Olympic, yeah.
Yep.
I can't make out what this one is.
I don't recognize that airplane. The next one's that Stuka. But that
Yeah.
one's that it looks a little barnstormer, got a short nose. Stunt something. I going back too far. Maybe we'll come to us.
Nice Caprice.
Oh, that is almost had it. I'm not gonna say I forgot.
Nice airplane.
There's Hunt and Woolgast right there.
Right there. There's Hunt. There's
There's
Woolgast.
Hunt and Woolgast right there.
Who's this guy here? I remember seeing him a lot.
Bob McDonald.
Bob McDonald right there. Sure. is.
Okay.
That's who that is. Sure enough, Bob McDonald.
Can tell by how he's standing.
That's me in the very back with the green
Right.
shirt on, the skinny legs. That
Mike-
one right there.
Mike
Right
Donovan,
there.
didn't he fly a Tempest?
Who? Say it again.
Mike Donovan.
No, Mike always flew Galloping Comedians and Tucker Specials.
Is
Typically
this Rusty
speaking.
Brown over here?
I think nah, it could be that or Gary Gendrich. You choose.
Yeah.
He wasn't around that much, maybe. Oh, I think that's Wes Dick's airplane. The next one's, I think, Scott Condon's, if I'm not mistaken. And that one, I don't know. That's Woolgast. Dale Berry back there in the hat, I believe. In the green shirts, Dale Berry, I think.
Yeah.
Looks
And-
like him.
The white shirt may be Gaylord Ealing's brother. Who's this Tempest, Colleen? This is the one that crashed when we were there. Who owned that Tempest?
Guaranteed Mike Donovan.
No, it's not Mike. That I think the guy launching is Ty Marchucci, isn't it?
No.
That's not
No,
Ty.
no, that's not Ty.
Okay, I don't know who that is. Who flew that? He crashed in front of me at 2:04. Tony was his wife's name.
Oliver.
Wooliver, something Wooliver, Jeff Wooliver. That might be his. You don't think that was him? No, not launching it. He's flying it.
This one here that's Gordon's.
Oh, that's cool.
Eagle.
Okay. Well, that Tempest is who Jeff Wooliver, I think. Was that Tempest?
That one.
That one. I think that's Jeff Wooliver, but I'm not sure.
The reason why I say that's Donovan's, I flew against that at SIG. And
Did you? Okay.
Donovan was flying it.
That was a guy that was selling kits for a while out of Albuquerque. No. Oh, that's what was his name, Colleen? His wife passed away since then. He had a Cessna 180 for a long time. Remember this guy, nice couple. And she passed away. He used to come, he hadn't seen him in 5 or 6 years. He had a Cessna 180.
Is that Jack Comer?
No. Oh, that's Bill. Bob and Colleen, remember?
Parker.
Bob Parker
Peggy.
and Katie. Yep. Peggy. There's a big job. Trosel's big job. Your airplane.
Brick House.
Brick House.
And the front, that's Charlie. That's Charlie.
Charlie Reeves.
Charlie Reeves. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Man, we're going back a while. That's Ray Perkins right there. And Jim Hoffman, I believe. And Jim Hoffman right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that little biplane is Jim. The guy that does the banquet. Golly, you're hurting me.
Well, I tell you what,
John
you're doing real good, Joe.
John Callentine's that Travel Air right there.
Yeah, that was
That's John. That's right.
Isn't that the one Bobby Hunt's dad designed?
It is. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Callentine built that very one.
There's Ricky taking the picture.
Yep, that's the guy. Ricky Pyatt.
Looks like Jack Comer.
There's that Freedom.
There's that Freedom. I lost his name. Almost. Roy Trentham's airplane's in the front row. I don't know that one there. The one you got on. I don't know that airplane. That one there is that red one is a Dolphin, isn't it?
It does look like
it's a Ruffy. It's a Ruffy. That's a Ruffy's what that is.
That might be Fancher's.
That might be. I bet you're right. That's a Ruffy, not a Dolphin, or Ruffy.
Yeah.
Mike Heberly's a guy that owns that white airplane.
I took this because this was 9 o'clock in the morning.
That's why
I was out there with shorts on and a t-shirt, and this is Bob Whiteley.
Bob Whiteley, that's right.
And he's still cold. It's too cold for him. It's about 55, 60 degrees.
Mike Haberly, John, is
Mike Haberly. That's the guy
that had the Freedom. Mike Haberly.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it.
Well, we got them covered.
Yeah.
We got some of the airplanes. I didn't see my Gypsy. I wasn't big enough name to be even seen back then.
Well, I accidentally
skipped 2000. This is probably 2000.
Actually skipped past a bunch of them accidentally, and I couldn't get it to go back. So you were probably in there.
No big deal. I'd say that's 2009. Be my guess if I was guessing.
I think you're about right.
9 or 10.
That's before I got married again. That's before I had my accident. So
good day, good times, man.
Good times.
Good parties at Tucson.
Oh yeah, I think that one might have been one that
well, Bill Hayworth had a party. Ricky had a party.
Yeah.
Trosel's had a party.
Phil might have been at that one. I think that's where I met him first.
Was it?
Yeah.
You're on TV.
It's okay. They'll get over it.
It looks like I bored everybody with those.
Not
pictures.
me. I liked it.
Looks like I bored everybody with those pictures. Everybody's gone.
Everybody left. It's fun to look at old stuff and see history.
It is. See
Yeah.
some of those things, you remember those planes? Planes are gone, the pilot's gone, you know, the only thing left is a picture.
Oh, good.
I have one picture somewhere in my files of Ed Southwick with his wife launching him. You know, she always launched him.
I never got to meet him.
Oh, he's a nice guy. Short little guy. Nice guy, though.
I think he passed away, I think, I'd say 202, but could have been 03. Do you remember, John?
It's about in that time frame. I don't remember the exact year. It was a crying shame the way
Yep.
he died. You know, but they both died at the same time. At least they
Same
went
time.
together. They
Yep.
were together all the time. Everywhere I ever saw them, they were together.
Kind of like Colleen and me.
Yeah, kind of like that.
If she leaves me, I'm packing a bag and I'm going with her.
Take that flight together, get the two places out and go.
Lucky about got that belt changed.
Hey, we haven't heard from Roy. What's he up to?
Not much. Trying to stay dry.
You haven't flown that plane you showed us last time?
No, not yet. It's ready.
It's ready. Just waiting for the weather.
That night I showed it to you. I looked over at it, and with the tire, the right tire just disintegrated.
Oh no.
I just bought it 3 or 4 months ago.
Hmm.
I had to go buy some more wheels, and then rain came in.
Yeah.
I did take my lightning streak out for the second flight. Had to put a trim tab on it. Flew good the second time, so just waiting on good weather.
That's good. Yeah, this weather's been terrible. It's raining every day here through the weekend.
Yep.
And our field is right next to the Merrimack River, and it's going to be flooded. So we're going to be back to
it's windy as hell.
Yeah, we're going to be back to mud on the asphalt.
Is that right? It's that high already, huh?
Well, it's going there by Sunday, I think. It's going to flood the whole park. And even it's supposed to get into one of the roads at 141 that goes under Highway 44. They're saying that might flood as well. That's a low spot.
Do you remember the Great Flood in '94, Steve?
Oh, yeah.
141, the water was up to the freeway.
Yeah, it closed down 44 for a little bit.
Yeah, 141 was about 30 feet underwater.
Yeah, couldn't even see the top of our pavilion.
No.
Yeah, there's a video of that I think it's on our club website.
It's back.
Hey, Steve, did you leave that can of primer over here? That extra can you had?
Yeah, it's in a little cardboard box. You need it?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah, I need it for this wing.
Yeah, go ahead and use it.
I'm gonna have to get you some more Z-Poxy because I used the last of your little Z-Poxy too.
Okay.
About it. I don't know why you bought the little bottles, but
Because I don't know why. Because I didn't know any better.
Every time I buy a big bottle of glue, it dries up before I use it. I bought the big bottle of Gorilla Glue instead of the little bottle. And I just should have bought the little bottle because I didn't use that much out of the big one. It's hard as a rock now. It goes bad before you use it.
Gorilla Glue is that way. But like CA and stuff, I can use the CA.
Use the big one for that.
I use the big one, the pint.
I
get a
keep my CA in the refrigerator.
Yeah, that'll work. The Gorilla Glue, once you crack the top, the moisture
Looks-
gets in it.
It kills it.
Yeah. I got a gallon of Tight Bond in the garage. It's hard as a rock.
Why did you keep it?
Well, I haven't been out there to throw it out, but
Give them something to talk about.
I was building cabinets, and you buy glue by the gallon, not by the little bottle.
Oh, yeah.
I should have took it out and put it in little bottles.
Kept the air out of it for sure. Are you making your own fuel spark, or are you buying it still?
I buy it.
Do you?
So, anybody that'll make it. Like the time I was there, I got 2 gallons from.
Sure.
And then I got 2 gallons from what the hell's Rich's Brew.
Right.
It's too much of a hassle to make.
It takes 10 minutes if you're lucky. The hard part is getting all the ingredients ready.
There you go. And it's pretty expensive. A quart of that Techno plate, $25.
Yeah, that's right.
Gallon of castor oil, what, $100?
I was gonna say, could it be 60? I don't know. Gallon of nitro's 60 or more.
100 a gallon.
See.
So then you buy the alcohol, which is the cheapest part, $4 a gallon, or maybe it's $5 now.
I don't know what it is now.
So you buy all that ingredients. It's just as easy and just
you can't make it for much less than 25 a gallon if you're making 10% nitro.
That's right.
Hey, I just found something. Where'd that come from? Remember I talk about using the pattern sheet to make, to make your parts off my drawings? Am I still? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure. Anyway, I found a photo collage on how to use the pattern sheets to make parts. And if you guys would like to see it, I'll show it. If not, I won't waste your time.
I'd say show it quickly. It's that or quiet. That or crickets.
Okay.
You know what's bad? When you go to the store and you watch the girl poke on the computer, well, now we got a close-up of that.
Good.
Okay.
Okay. Oops. I want to make it as big as possible.
Wrong
the
way.
wrong way.
Wrong way.
There you go, down there.
Slide
on.
further.
Oops.
There you're cooking. Yeah,
Could
you
have
cut
done that
those
with the
down.
pictures too.
There we go. There we go. Okay, this is what you start out with. This is the plan. This is the parts plan, and these represent 3 inches wide, or whatever the width of the balsa you're using, and the length 36 inches, 48, 24, whatever length you're using. You start off with a pair of scissors, and you take off with cutting out to these lines around here. You wind up, when you do that, you wind up with them like this. These I didn't cut because these are plywood parts, and they weren't going to get cut with the balsa.
Make the pictures bigger again. You've shrunk them down.
They did it all by themselves. There.
Oh.
It looks like I have to do that with each one.
Oh, that's okay. You have to do each one. Yep.
And then here's where, remember I talk about you turn the paper over, and and you take and the balsa you set out, and you take that 3M spray, and you stand back about 4 or 5 feet, and you aim about 1.5 feet, 2 feet above it, and you spray it out over it, and let the glue just kind of fog it, lightly let it fall onto it, and so you get it doesn't stick hard, but it stays. You don't have to say.
Here's the glue for that. Forget that 3M stuff. You can't hardly get it off. This comes from Joanne Fabrics. I don't know if they're still around. This is temporary adhesive for fabric.
Yeah, they're around. Okay, anything like that, but you glue it onto the wood, and you just match it to the size of the thing. So now you've got it on the wood, and you're ready to start cutting.
Hmm.
And you can see there's just a couple other views of it. If it's like parts, when I have, like it's ribs, and I'd have 2 sets of ribs, I'll stack them and I'll glue the 2 pieces of balsa together as well. Here I've gone through and I've rough cut on the bandsaw, just rough cut. You can see the lines are still, I haven't got to the lines. Let me blow that up a little bit. And you don't have to get right to the line, because we're gonna do it the right an easy way next. Right there, and you bring it right to the line with it, and you wind up. I put all my parts in a bag like that, so that I don't lose them, and they stay together.
And you got a kit.
That is a kit. There you got it.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's very accurate. It's as accurate as cutting it, as laser cutting, and you do it yourself. Save yourself some money. 5.1 ounces. So, and then now you can join them together. That's the rudders on that particular airplane.
Stabilizers, fans.
Yeah, this is that little twin, the Panzerflug. I got to change the name because nobody likes it.
It's all good.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's it. I'll stop there.
That works good.
Yeah, it works real good and it's fast. I made that kit in about 2.5 hours.
Plenty good.
The thing, and what I suggest doing is you take, when you have the plans printed, have them print 2 of the pattern sheets. Then you can cut one up and you can save one for the next time you want to build it, and you can then just have that copied. Or actually, if you're going to have the file, you can just take the file and have it copied.
Right.
But that makes it a lot easier. And the days now where they're not making kits, it's nice to have it where the kit is easy for you to make.
All the above. Not too many people building anymore, I don't think.
Well, yeah.
The only ones work.
The only ones that are building are the people that are flying in competition.
All right. What's Sparky doing? Cleaning the mirror?
Yeah, I had a catastrophe.
A catastrophe.
Yeah, building the first perky wing, the dam broke and the molding material went everywhere.
Uh-oh.
I saw you pouring it up the first night.
Yeah, well, all that went all over the bench.
Oh.
That's why
Did it get hot?
Yeah, it got hot, melted the glue and melted the wax. So now I've got this. Let me make it big. Let's see here. Present to everyone. I've got this here. I had to make a new wing. It's sitting over there drying. half of it sits down in this. This is the parting board. And then this, well, it can't break out now and fall through. All it can do is go down to the foam. And then I'm going to do the same for the rudder. And this is for the bottom of the fuselage. I got to carve this up. And this is for the top of the fuselage. The mold buck is what I'm making with this. The plastics in the garage.
Cool. Well, that stuff can get hot, dude. If you,
Yeah, got real hot, smoking hot.
You may have got too much activator in there.
Nope. It was exactly right.
I shouldn't have got that hot.
16 per 100.
Yeah, that means you got 800 divided by 16, and that's what you put in.
No, 800, 8 times 16 is what you get.
You divide 800 by 16 to get 16 to 1.
No. 16, okay. Listen, if you got 100 grams of resin, you put 16 grams of hardener in it, right?
100, you'd put 32.
Right, and so it's 8 times 16, or 9 times 16.
Yeah, 900, okay. It shouldn't be hard. You got the little canisters to show you that. 15 to 1 dried on it.
It was fine. That was not the problem. The problem was me not backing up the wing.
We don't. You know?
I made a mistake because I couldn't get a hold of Danny, and I'm not blaming him. And I just huh?
I agree. I understand. It just got hot.
Got hot and melted the glue. Nice, just the way it works.
I didn't realize they'd get 250 degrees hot.
I don't know what I got. I ought to get my thermometer in here. I do have it in here.
Got laser. Yeah.
Thermometer.
Blue, it wasn't 140. It was hotter than that. To melt glue. Yes.
Well, I didn't have a lot of hot glue on it.
Yeah.
You'll
figure it out.
Well, I just figured it out because now it can't fall down. See, the other one was a parting board.
Right. And it had a place to go.
And it had walls on it. There was nothing holding it up. So it just fell down inside there.
You won't have that this time.
No. Only make the same mistake once.
I wouldn't say the mistake is a learning curve.
Yeah, I have no clue what I'm doing. But I'll bet it'll be nice when I'm done.
Looks like Carl Reed joined us. What's going on, Carl?
Oh, not much. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hear you great.
Oh, not much. Just getting settled in our house in Nevada that we purchased last year, and just trying to get things caught up. And I finally got around where I can get on the program tonight.
All right. You got a flying site lined up there?
Well, I talked to, there's a flying site here in Las Vegas called the Bennett Airfield.
Oh, yeah.
Where Steve
John knows about that.
Where Steve McBride holds the contest for Vegas area. And I went out there last Monday, and I think I located it, but I'm not quite really sure. So I need to talk to Steven and ask him some questions.
Well, you'll know when you get there because you got to make a tight turn around, and then you go down about a quarter of a mile, and you got to make a right turn, and you look, and there it is. It'll be on your right. It's on the back side of the parking lot of that Bennett field area.
Yeah, there's some apartments around the front of that field too.
Yep.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I didn't see any designated area for flying. I didn't see any signs.
Oh, well, there are signs there. So, and you'll kind of pull and you go up, and there's a pad up there for parking on, and they got a shade stand there and water and all that stuff, and an RC runway, and there's a circle, a grass circle, 2 grass circles, I think there now.
Well, I might not have been at the right place then, because all I saw was a big grassy park, like a community park, maybe 2 blocks.
Oh, that you hadn't got there yet.
And well, that's where I was at.
Yeah.
And,
There, that park is on the right as you're going down that road. You go down that road till you, and then it's
Yes,
called
and you-
Broadbent. There's a Broadbent Road. You go down that to the end.
right. That's, yeah, Broadbent and Russell Road, correct?
Yeah, you go, and then when you get to Russell Road, you turn left. And
No,
there's-
we were coming back from Boulder City, and we made a right. We came down, we're from the direction of Boulder City, but we're on Boulder Road, and we took East Russell Road off of Boulder Road, and that took us down to this grassy park. And then that other street you just mentioned,
yeah, Broadbent.
Broadbent, and when I was at that intersection, and the park was off to my right.
The park would be off to your right coming from that direction. That's right.
Yeah.
But you
So-
gotta go, you go down, there's that big building that's on your right. That's the Bennett Building complex.
Uh-huh.
And,
Right.
and you go down to the, and you go down it's about a quarter of a mile, and it's like a little dirt road. You turn in and you make a hard turn, almost going back the other way, and then it turns left again, and it follows along the same thing as Russell Road until you get to a place you can't go any further. You have to turn right, and that's where the field is. It'll be on your left.
Oh, so it's way on, okay, it's way on the other side of East Russell Road then, from what
Not
you're
way on
describing.
it. Not way on. I suggest you set up a meeting with Steve.
Steve, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that tells me I was in the general area. I just
You're in the
didn't-
general area, yeah.
Yeah. And I was with my wife, and being new in the Vegas area, not know the highways and the streets and stuff, we kind of got lost. We ended up in Boulder City.
Yeah.
Had to
yeah.
go in and ask somebody for directions, show them where I wanted to go on my phone. Oh yeah, just go down the road here and get off this road and turn right road, and you'll be right there. And we left.
Don't feel bad. I got lost the first time I was there. I got lost 3 times.
Yeah, we left Pahrump about 10 o'clock in the morning, and we didn't get to the field until 4 in the afternoon. So,
So are you in
sounds
Pahrump?
like- yeah,
Are
we're
you
in
in
Pahrump,
Pahrump?
Nevada. Yes.
Yeah. Used to be a very famous guy lived there in Pahrump.
Who was that?
He's on the radio, late night radio. I'm trying to remember his name now.
Yeah. But I found 3 possible places I could fly out here in Pahrump, and the problem is I can't find anybody to go with me, and I'm just a little leery about flying by myself. So.
Gotcha.
And I did break down and got an AMA number too as well, just to make sure I'm covered in case anything happens.
Yeah, you have to have it to fly at the Bennett.
Yeah.
For sure at Bennett.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been told, and I'm gonna either go out and help. I think McBride runs his contest in November. I think it is.
Yeah, it's first
So,
weekend in November.
So I'm gonna go out there and try and make time to go out there either help him set up the field or put something together where I can just fly in beginners just for shits and giggles. You know what I mean?
But
Don't
Or
wait
laugh and
till then.
giggles.
Call Steven. He's probably out there every weekend flying.
Yeah.
Who is?
Steve McBride's out there flying a lot. That's his home field.
Yeah.
So call
Another
him.
guy is Joey Matheson.
And Joey Matheson also.
All right, I can probably get those phone numbers from Steven, right?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
So,
Joey Matheson's got my only surviving Thunderbolt.
Really?
Yeah. If it still survived. I don't know. I don't know.
but other than that,
Advice. I got some advice, Carl. Stay out of the casinos.
oh well, that's kind of hard to do because there's nothing to do out here.
Yeah, find something to
But
do. Go broke.
but in one of the casinos, there's a bowling alley on the inside the casino on the back side of the casino. So you can either go into the main entrance or they have a side entrance. A side entrance, you can go and get into the bowling alley, and that's about the only recreation they have going on out here.
You might have to start building airplanes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm planning to. That's the other thing I've been dealing with is when we kind of had to move in a hurry because everything all came together at the last minute, and we just had to load it up and go. And so I'm still trying to find stuff that I had before we moved.
Yeah.
I know I've got it. I just gotta find it and locate it.
I've been here 8 years, and I'm still trying to find stuff.
Yeah. So anyway,
I've been in this house going on 30, and I don't know where anything's at.
well, I can imagine having to pack all that stuff up and move within about 3 days, and then come back and then come to your new place and unload, and then, okay, now what box did I put that in, or where did that go? Where's this?
Touch every box all over again.
Well, that's what my wife and I did when everybody left. We of course, both of us being retired, all we did is spent like a half a day going through 3 or 4 boxes, and we go, okay, we're done. It's time to eat and relax now. Then the next day we do the same thing until eventually we get it all done.
Yeah, it's a bite at a time.
Right.
A bite at a time, Carl.
And
be all right.
And our back patio was getting so full of cardboard boxes that when the wind comes up, it scattered them all over the yard. So, but anyway, what was that?
You'll gain on it.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're virtually unpacked now. Everything's out of the boxes. As a matter of fact, there's no more boxes in the house or no more boxes to go through. It's just a matter of when you take stuff out of the boxes, you put stuff in the corners. Now it's just a matter of going through the corners and organizing it. So, okay, I want this over here, I want that over there, and so on and so on. So,
by the time you get it all done, you move again.
No. This young man's not moving ever again.
That's what I said.
Unless I'm in a pine box.
Yeah. Let the kids go through the stuff.
Exactly. Well, my plan is that when it comes that time, I'm going to have everything dispersed out. So there won't be any squabbling, won't be any fussing. Everything's taken care of. Just nail the coffee shop.
Sell it all on eBay and have fun with the money.
Yeah. Well, the stuff I got is not really worth selling, I don't think, because it'd be so old and obsolete by that time that I thought I would just.
There's always somebody that wants it.
Take it to the contest and says, "Hey, take it." $1 a piece or
I told Queen, when I die, just take it all at the burn pit, burn every dang thing, engines and all. Just burn it all. Don't mess with trying to get rid of none of it.
Yeah.
Just melt it down and put it in the trash can.
Ends my sense of saving.
Everybody thinks what they got's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars and it's worth $500.
No, I don't have anything. Or my stuff is probably worth maybe $1 of that much. So.
I got lots of Fox 35 and McCoys and Aero Tigers and Road Jets and all that, but everything I got's been used. I mean, I flew it. It's not wore out, but nobody wants a run Road Jet. They want a new one.
Well, until the new ones are no longer available, then they'll.
Yeah, well, then electric is coming so fast.
That's really what's hurting the IC sales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Electric, I have to say it has got a lot of really good things about it. Doesn't mean it's the only way to go, but it's, I love to hear the sound of a well-tuned engine. Pattern. It's nice.
Especially when it's on nitro.
The other thing too is that it's really expensive to go electric, from
No,
what I understand.
not in the end.
There's no free ride.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but you got all these hundreds of dollars tied up in your IC stuff, and now you got to turn around and do it all over again with electronics. And then for me, trying to troubleshoot electronics goes way over my head. It's easier for me to figure out what's wrong with an IC motor instead of a computer board or a chip
Yeah.
or a governor or whatever you want to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's when you decide whether you're going to be chasing the big cup at the Nats or just going there to
Right.
watch.
yeah,
There's no free ride.
yeah.
Nope, nope. Hey, Bob, what did you weight down there?
My top and bottom block for the fuselage.
Oh, okay. I
I've
missed
gotta
what
make
you were
a-
doing.
Yeah, I got to make a pan for the bottom, a mold for a pan, and a mold for the top. I got the elevator and stabilizer drying over there and the wing drying over there. So as soon as these parts get done, I can start molding. I haven't molded anything yet.
Okay, well, it's
I'm
gonna
making
come together quick.
I'm making patterns.
Yeah,
As soon as the patterns are done, it'll take me a day to make an airplane.
You gonna
yeah.
make it out of balsa wood and fiberglass or just fiberglass?
Carbon fiber.
All carbon fiber.
It'll be just like my fuel tanks. Have you ever seen them?
I know it. I understand what carbon fiber parts look like. Nothing wrong with that.
And it's just a test because I'm going to do some stunter stuff like this if I can pull this off. So
Mm-hmm.
this is a mock-up of like a stabilizer, and I'll put toe in this one piece here, like that as the ribs, and then put the skin in it, and then do the same on the other side, then put them together. So it'll have ribs and stuff already in it, and it'll weigh an ounce.
You know, we're getting closer and closer to filling out that rule that says that builder of the model is using using a kit that has no more pre-built than the average kit, and with the kits being produced and kit makers going by the side, the traditional, all the kit makers now are all doing it in carbon fiber and fiberglass. They're selling it almost pre-assembled, so that's.
I am the builder of the model because I'm the builder of the mold.
Well, I know, but I'm talking about like if you put that together in a box and sold it as a kit with all those parts, that's a kit.
No BOM in Perky.
Well, I know that. But I'm
Yeah,
talking about
what you're
stunt.
getting, what you're moving toward is a stunner though.
Yeah, for me.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
just for you. You don't want to sell it.
No.
But see, if you was to go into production and sell kits with your wings assembled, all you have to do is bolt them together, bolt and glue.
Then it'd be a cheater airplane like Yatsenko.
No, I'm telling you, the rule says no more pre-built than the average kit. Well, if the average kit is all the same pre-built like that, which is what it's getting to, because all of the traditional kit makers have gone aside. Balsa's too expensive. Everything. How many kit makers we got left going in the country?
Brodak's probably
I
got
know.
1,000 kits in their showroom.
Who does?
Brodak.
Yeah, Brodak.
There's 1,000 kits in that showroom at least.
That-
But what John's saying is, you go tell somebody they build you a top shell and a bottom shell for both wings, top shell, bottom shell for the tail, three fuselage left and right, a motor mount piece to put in the middle, build you the take apart puff, and they mark where everything goes. That's a kit you could fly at the Nats, John.
Yeah.
But you got to put the halves together, put the bell crank in, put the spars in, put the bolts for the take apart.
Yeah.
It ain't
Hard to
free.
do without the molds.
There you go.
There you go. So the guy that makes the molds is the kit maker, and he sells the kit, and it's the average amount of.
You'd have to sell the molds because this has got to be put together with the molds.
It's hard to put your take
You're missing
apart
what I'm
in.
trying to say. You're missing what I'm trying to say, Sparky.
No, we know exactly what you're saying, but
I
don't
know
think
you
it's
do.
going to happen.
I know
It
you
ain't going to happen. In my opinion, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
They're gonna give up on BOM for that happens, in my opinion.
Well, that may be true. You may be right on that, but if they don't, according to the current rules, if the average amount of kits are all prefab like that, then that's the average amount of kits. That's a legal BOM. You bolt it together, it's legal.
Think
Check
about
Yeah, I
it.
got-
Wasn't there a thing about arc or ARF versus arc? You can't fly an arc in BOM events because it's almost ready to cover. You didn't build it. All you did was glue it together and cover it.
But
Yeah, I
that
got
was
the
then.
I got the rule book open, and I can share it if you'd like.
Go ahead.
All right, can you see that, or do I need to make it bigger?
You're fine.
Bigger.
You're fine. I
Bigger.
can read it. You got
So,
lips?
all right, no more prefabrication and acquiring one of the two main structures
There you go.
pre-assembled. The two main structures are considered to be wing, fuselage, flaps, rudder, elevators, and horizontal stabilizers.
Or not?
Are not. Flaps, rudders,
That's right.
elevators, and horizontal stabilizers are not considered main structures. There is no limitation to the level of their prefabrication, only the finished portion. The pilot must be the person who applies the finish to the plane. Finish meaning the pilot fills the surfaces and applies the covering and finish to the completed model where covering and finish is applied. Whereas on the surface of the main structure, molded structural surface underlayment, including but not limited to molded fiberglass or carbon fiber that are filled or colored as a result of the manufacturing process that may show as part of the final finish, may be used as long as the surface underlayment is applied, filled, and colored by the pilot.
Yeah.
Okay, that's different than what I've been remembering, so I stand corrected on that.
That's the current.
I'm
that's
going
the
back to the
current
older-
builder of the model.
I'm going back to the older rule.
Yeah,
Before-
yeah.
Yeah.
It changes over time, but there's the
Yep.
current rule right there.
Should
But
say
that's-
no cheater airplanes.
But that still says that if you go to that first marked section you got there, it still says that you can use that, but you have to put the finish on. The other two sentences are talking about having a molded in for a finish, and that's not kosher with them.
There's nobody going to the factory in Russia and spraying their own color finishes on that mold before they lay it up, boys.
No, no, not
It
at all.
ain't. So get over it. It
So,
ain't.
what would be legal then would be one that came and you had to finish it, put the finish on yourself.
If they sent you a top skin and a bottom skin and a spar and a bell crank and fuselage halves and formers and tail top and half, and then I think you got a kit.
Yeah.
But it'd be very difficult to put that together accurately unless you got some kind of fixture to hold it in
The
to put
mold.
it together with.
Yep.
Very hard.
Yep.
Yeah, I think this is difficult to enforce.
It's
You know,
impossible.
how
No,
can
it's
you
not.
how can
No, it's not. Hold it. No, it's not. You just have to have the will to enforce it.
You have to be willing to walk away from stunt to enforce
Well,
it. No argument with that, huh?
I don't know about walking away from stunt to enforce it, Joe.
I think you'd have to. You'd be blackballed forever.
Oh yeah, okay, I follow where you're going. Yeah.
Yeah, someone would have to spend the money and do the protest.
And they're still going to vote with the pilot.
Only came into existence the year that the cheater airplanes were introduced at the Nats, because everybody was going to protest it, and the liberals at AMA didn't want to do their job, so they wanted to charge you $50 to protest.
I think it's 100 now.
That pissed me off.
Even if you did,
Do
if the
your
pilot
job.
says he did it, they're believing. That's the bottom line.
Yeah, which is not right, because if I could take the wing off of one airplane and put it on another one, you know it came out of the same factory and the same mold. It wasn't built by the same guy. Know what I mean?
I know exactly what you're saying. But
Yeah.
I ain't going to change it.
Nope. There's
Well-
nothing we can do about it, I don't think.
Not unless you're going to
Thanks
walk
to one
away.
guy.
It'd have to be a whole group of people saying, hey, this ain't right.
Well, we'll all be dead by then.
Yeah, I won't.
Yeah, that's the way to look at it, John.
Just go fly your toy airplanes and have fun.
I remember back.
What it comes
back-
to.
I remember back in the 40s, you know, you could buy a plane. All you had to do was bolt the wing on and the tail on and bolt the engine to it and go fly it.
Like, was that a Fire Baby or something
Yeah,
like that?
Fire Baby. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even the Fireball, you could buy
yeah,
and fly.
yeah.
With
I don't know. What
conditions.
would going back to the 40-point appearance affect that?
That would
I
help.
don't know.
I think going back to the 40-point appearance would be really appropriate in this day and age.
Yeah, because if you think about it, the appearance should be at least worth one maneuver,
One maneuver, right?
Yep.
One maneuver.
not half a
And-
maneuver.
And if you look at what it takes to go to earn the 20 points that they're given right now, as opposed to what it was like to earn the 40 points back in the day, I think they're working a lot harder for that 20 points than they ever had to work for that 40.
Well, they're taking so long now to do that appearance judging the way it is now for 20 points. Can you imagine how long it would take if we went to 40 points?
1 hour. That's
Robert
all it
can
would take
judge.
me.
Robert can judge an airplane in 14 or 15 seconds.
Well, yeah, Robert can, but not all of them can.
Well, they
Yeah,
need to learn.
The
And
thing is,
you go into all them different categories.
the thing
Oh,
is
the 40
that
point competition.
you can look at the plane, the way it's built, the work that went into it, the finish, the quality of the job, and all that. It doesn't take that long.
You can walk by it and see the wood joints and the grain right quick. It don't take very long.
If you look at the first 3 rows at the Nats, they all look like they came off the same bench. The same guy built them. It's just there's a way that it has to be done. And in
it
some
takes
cases, the
time.
same guy is building them, but
And it takes time to finish them to that, and it
Yeah.
takes skill to finish them. It takes desire and will to do it,
And practice.
and practice.
Can't do it right the first time, that's for sure.
You won't do it right the first 10.
Yeah.
Gordon
Hey,
Delaney.
Gordy came in, and so
Hey,
did
Gordy.
Stuart. Hi, guys.
Awful
What's going on?
Well, you're talking about building stunt ships, and I've taken a wing that I wasn't happy with and trashed it and built another one.
Yeah,
Yeah, but not everybody is willing to do that.
I've taken whole airplanes and done that.
Yeah,
Throw them out.
my wife, I mean, she doesn't build airplanes, but she does crafting. Yeah, she'll get most of the way through a project and say, I don't like this, I'm gonna start over.
Yeah.
I got one of Norm Little's planes here, half built, that he did that too. It's good enough for me.
Right, but it wasn't good enough for him.
Right.
Are you working on anything, Gordy, or are you still recovering?
No, I'm working on reloading some bullets for a couple of my rifles.
Oh, no, this is a model airplane for him. Sorry.
Yeah. It's hard to go out flying when you don't have good weather and snow and rain.
Oh man, it's terrible. It's just terrible. We got rain, we got wind, and now we got flooding. I don't know if you heard, but Booter Park is flooding again.
Wow.
We aren't going to have a place to fly for months.
You guys
A few
are so
days-
lucky.
A few days ago, Alta got 22 inches of snow.
Hmm.
They've been getting. I'm down in the banana belt. you know, we had snow, but it was all melted by 10 o'clock in the morning.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got snow, but it melted by noon.
Yeah, we got that darn river right next to our field, and upriver have been a lot of development, a lot of industrial parks and subdivisions and all. So instead of that ground absorbing the water, it just runs off the concrete and asphalt and comes right down where we are.
Well, I thought maybe you had an ice jam or something this time.
No.
There's more acres of asphalt on the planet Earth there's ever since been time began.
And
Yeah.
it gets worse every year.
There's more humans here than ever since time began.
You don't
That's
know
for
that.
sure.
Well, Joe, I think that's why we have the climate change with all the asphalt.
I
Yeah,
heard
it's asphalt.
every human on the planet's a 100-watt light bulb plus everything he eats, drinks, house. How much electricity is using now compared to 1950? It may be 7 times more on this planet.
Yeah, and look at all the people in India and China that are coming up
There's a
and
lot of
adding to it.
There's a lot of humans on this planet.
We
And
better go to nuclear power pretty quick here.
that's exactly right, Robert. Every one of them eat food.
In 2030, we're going to get hit with a big old meteorite. So, you know.
So it won't matter.
I
You know,
promise we're
they're
not going to
talk-
change it.
Yeah, they're talking about making, because this AI and how much computing power and energy is needed, they're talking about building small nuclear power plants to power just that. That might be a good thing.
Steve, back in the late 50s, early 60s, they were talking about very small nuclear plants in
Yeah.
each house.
Yeah. They went the other direction, and these behemoths that produce, hundreds of thousands of kilowatts, the small ones might work out better.
You know, if they'd have done that and we all had a small plant here at each house, you wouldn't have to worry about the grid going down.
Nobody would have babies. They'd all be nuked.
No, they glow in the dark. They wouldn't need a flashlight.
Well, I'd be willing to bet Nikola Tesla had something that would power the whole world, and they didn't.
Well, actually,
Westinghouse beat him out.
Actually, there's the potential between the electrical charge in the air and the ground.
Right.
You get a wire high enough, you can pull enough electricity off.
There's something going to come up. But the trouble with having 1,000-megawatt nuke plants is, or any 1,000-megawatt turbine, when it crashes, it's devastating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're better off with 5 200 megawatts than 1,000.
Right.
When you lose it, it's devastating.
Well, if the world went electric today, we wouldn't have enough grid for the next 20 years.
No. Wouldn't have a chance.
Well, that's the reason why electric cars are failing from the factories. You know, there was an executive from Ford Motor Company that had all kinds of problems with his F-150, and he came back and says, "We're not building them anymore. Too many problems."
Well, and think about if you live in the north where it's cold.
Yeah.
When it gets cold, your car ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Hey, Stuart came in. He hasn't said anything yet. What's going on up there, Stuart?
Not too much.
What's happening, eh?
You up to 40 degrees yet?
We've hit some nice days.
Yeah, I think it's that time. You should be getting nicer now.
Yeah, it is. It's getting better. So
you're not.
What's
you're
going
not
on
trying.
with Lenny? I haven't seen him for a couple of weeks.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him.
Yeah, you're not trying to keep up with him, right? He's still doing a flight a day.
Oh, geez, I can't keep up with him. He's like supercharged, that guy.
Energized.
Oh, man.
Between flying and building planes, and he just can't sit still.
No.
He's liking it.
Are you building anything, Stuart? You got anything in the pipeline?
Well, I've got a That Cardinal, well, I don't know, it's a bit of everything. That's the one where I built the fuselage. It's a Cardinal fuselage, and then Len gave me a wing from another plane that had been crashed 3 times. But the wing's good. And it's got an old Cardinal tail on it, so
Full fuselage or profile?
it's a profile. So
Yeah, you should be able to whip that together and
well,
not
it's
a lot of
almost
time.
done. I just got to do. I got to put the tank on.
Sounds like
Yeah,
a
there you
double
go.
chicken to me.
So it's pretty much there.
Oh, look at that. Bob's pointing out my thing there. My crossfire that weighs way too much.
Gotta weigh 67 ounces.
Gonna be 70, I think, when it's
By
all
sitting on
done.
that, it looks like it's got twin jet engines underneath the wing there.
No, that's just the foam on the
I know.
piano stand.
I know. It just looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I'd probably be better off with that. That nose is so narrow. I can only put a 28 millimeter engine motor in it.
Oh my goodness.
I can't do the 35.
Not unless we cut it open and redo the nose.
Oh man, no, I don't want to do that.
Hang it up.
Well, I'll tell
Bring
you
it
what,
on my house. I'll
fly it. I'll fly it with the 28. And if it's no good, maybe we will have to modify it, Bob.
Yeah.
You tell me what to do and I'll do it.
Take a saw and cut the nose off at the leading edge and build a new nose.
Wow.
Oh, gotta go that deep?
That's how I'd do it.
Can you set the engine back a half inch and put an extension on it?
I doubt it.
No.
I just put a PA 51 in it.
There you go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's the way to go, Gordy.
Let's shake the nose off that thing.
It would be easier to do that, believe it or not, Gordy, because you could use the top of the canopy as the datum, and you glue the engine beams to that because it's got doublers in it already. Put a couple bulkheads in it, put the motor in it, and go.
Half inch extension.
I used to use those 1 3/4 inch spinners, so it makes that nose really small. It's over a 2 inch.
Yeah. We built it right to Bob's plans. I mean, he said, well, you put a 32 in it. Well, we built it to the plans, and no, you can't.
You cannot put a 35 in there, not to those plans.
No.
If you're rear mounted it, could you spark somehow?
Yeah, maybe, but I'd have to figure out how to get a good solid rear mount in it.
Yeah, rear mounts don't do as well as the front mount.
8-inch plywood and glue it in there and set the motor in front. If it's clear, go for it.
1/8 inch ain't enough. It have to be quarter inch plywood and some type of triangles. I mean, anything's possible. Could I do it? Yes.
Oh yeah, we can't forget those triangles. We haven't done that. I haven't done that yet.
Yeah. Anything is possible. Could I do it? Yes. Do I want to do it? No.
No.
To me, putting a 28 in that airplane is a waste of time.
That's what I had in mind, a 20, but mine was lighter.
It's a waste of time. There's not enough torque to pull 70 ounces.
It's going to be 70 ounces.
Now's the time to make a decision there, Steve.
Hack it up or not?
Well, you're better off to hack it up now before it's got the clear coat on it.
I don't know what the inside looks like, but if a 35 would go up against a spinner ring, I'd rear mount that so quick it'd make your head spin. I don't give a damn what nobody says.
I don't know. Maybe we need to look at that, Bob. I got a 35.
And bring it over. We'll look at it.
You put that 1/4 inch bulkhead back there and rear mount that sucker. Yeah, you could do it.
If it'll clear the nose ring. I don't know what's in there, but
I got a grinder. It'll clear.
I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Rear mounting's going to be hard on the bearing, Steve, but you don't fly 1,000 times a year anyhow.
No, I don't. You're right.
You had to
No,
change
you're-
the bearings every 500 flights. You might do it every 3 years.
Yeah, yeah. I don't fly that much.
Power's good, y'all. I'm telling you. Torque is the king.
Hard to
Yeah,
add nitro to that one.
yeah, for sure.
Ah, jeez. That's funny.
Let's see.
Yeah,
So
it's
you light
funny.
it on fire and pour on nitro. Okay, I got it.
Mm.
Kick the tires and light the fires.
Steve is not fast enough to start a new airplane, but if it was mine, I'd have another one built before I started hacking that one up.
Yeah, it'd take me another 2 years. Hey, look! Howard's here.
And it's not raining. He's
No,
out.
I don't think so. Not out there in Cali.
He's outside.
He's on
No,
Oregon.
I'm outside watching my wife crawl through the fence to access an electrical box.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
And it's dark as nails here, and you're still in sunshine.
Still in sunshine, yeah. The sun is
Wow.
shining, right?
Yeah.
We're only one time.
There.
We're only 1 hour time difference apart.
Yeah.
We're 2 here and 3 for the East Coast. So what's your wife crawling through what?
She's crawling through a fence to take the cover off an electrical box, which is on the other side of a fence that I'm too fat to crawl through.
Uh-oh.
You just step on my plant.
Sounds to me like you need to put a gate up there, Howard.
Oh, there's a gate, but no, this particular thing is inaccessible.
You did that on purpose.
No, I didn't do it. Previous owner did.
Okay.
I could show you some scenery here if I can figure out how to turn the camera around.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Push the button down to the bottom at the right.
Bottom to the right. I don't see it.
On the screen.
Oh, there's something. Oh, here it is.
There you
Hey,
go.
there you go.
All right.
Okay.
Man, they got lots of good stuff growing.
Look at that field. Isn't that nice?
I wish I was there.
Look
I'd
at
help
that,
you.
look
I'd help
at
you
that
fly on that.
sunset.
That's
Wow.
a sod farm that they won't let me fly on.
Oh, but
Ah,
you shouldn't ask.
That could be, yeah.
You fly electric, you know.
Yeah. Hey, there's Tom. Hi, Tom. Want to make some tuts?
No. No, I don't.
No, please, no.
That's funny.
So Howard,
Yeah.
how long does it take to mow your field? You're flying something.
It takes a long time today because it's covered with moss, and the mower clogs up going through the moss.
Bummer.
But it's all mowed now. If you want to come out and fly some stunt,
all right.
I don't think they let me fly with the IC motor.
No. However, you did make the only airplane that's ever flown here under internal combustion engine power.
Hey, Mike, did you get that lawnmower fixed?
I did. Well, most of it. Today, are we in the after party?
No.
Not yet.
I'll talk, but yeah, most of it. I don't want to
Good.
take up airplane time talking about a mower.
No, I just
Yeah.
I've done that already. I used up all the more time.
Oh, you did? All right.
Mowers
It
have
was,
they have
oil
propellers on them.
change, filter, fuel filter, spark plugs, drive belt, deck belt, hydrostatic drive belt. That
Wow.
last one was a bitch, man. I measured that belt like 3 times and they were the same size, but the new one wouldn't go on. So I had to loosen the motor, push the motor forward, and then I got it.
Man,
I got tires coming because my mower's 19 years old. The tires are starting to dry rot. And man, it was stupid money at like Discount Tire or tire discounters. They want dumb money, and I was able to buy tires on Amazon for about $27 a piece. The issue is the tire places, they want $45 to mount a garden tractor tire.
Do it
Wow.
yourself. Easy.
Times 4. $180 to mount 4 tires, even if I buy them. So I went to, there's a little small tire changing tool at Harbor Freight that costs $50. You put it in a vise and you can lock it down and spin it and do those gardens. So I bought that and 4 tires on Amazon, and I'll be able to do the whole thing for like $150.
Go back to Harbor Freight and get yourself a 5-gallon bucket. They'll give it to you more than likely. You'll need that. And when you're filling the tire up, soap them up real good. When you're filling the tire up, set it on top of the bucket, and the bucket catches the air on the bottom so that the bead will pop on. Real simple.
Yeah. I mean, I've done tons of motorcycle tires. I've done mini bike tires. Mini bike tires are just as hard as garden tractor tires. So I think I'll be all right. But
I spoons, not screwdrivers.
Yeah, I got spoons. I got like 8 different size spoons, man. I got a whole bunch of spoons, Sparky. I know you're a motorcycle guy, so you know, and I do too. So gotta have spoons.
Let me end this here on this side, and we'll end it on YouTube. Okay, I appreciate you guys watching. Looks like Mark Gerber became a supporter. Thank you, Mark. And Phil, Joe, your grandkids will want your stuff, whether it's worth much or not. It will be priceless because it's grandpa's.
Shoot, we'll see.
And anyway, let me get over here to end this. I appreciate you guys watching. I'll be back on tomorrow. We'll hopefully be able to start molding tomorrow. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share the videos. Let me get here, and we want to go here. Why this thing's slow? Come on. I can't get that out of the way. There we are. All righty. We'll see you tomorrow. Fair winds, tight lines. See you.
Yeah, I want to go back to the garden tractor thing for a minute.
Yeah.
It was going to cost me almost $500 to buy tires at Discount Tire.
Wow.